Well, welcome to my Saturday vlog, which I've decided to make into an intentional eating, um, intuitive eating, what I ate in a day. So, first of all, the difference between intentional and intuitive eating. For a long time, I thought I was just doing intuitive eating. Well, what about those times when you go into the store and you are freaking starving because you fucked up and you didn't eat before you went? That happened to me the other day, and I had all this healthy stuff on my list. As you can see, it's empty because I just went to the store. And, all this healthy stuff on my list. But what did I do? Oh, Entenmann's, buy one, get one free. Threw those puppies in my cart without even thinking. Luckily, by the time I got to the Halloween section, I said, no, not a good choice. Not a good option. Because, intuitive eating can only do so much if what you've got is a craving food in your house. There's a difference between intuition, your body saying, I need protein, I need fruits, veggies, and your body saying, oh my God, Entenmann's donut sounds really good right now. So I took the donuts back, I put them back on the shelf, and I walked out of there. So now if I want something sweet, well, I do have a little stash of super dark chocolate that's really healthy. And one square of that, and I'm good for a while on the chocolate craving. And it's a matter of if I give myself intentionally healthy choices, then intuitively it's going to be easier for me to pick what I need. So usually for breakfast, I start with a protein and at the very least a fruit or veg. Sometimes I also add a starch. I'm discovering the wonderful world of Greek yogurt. I also love organic honey. And then here's some crushed fruit. And I add some honey and the yogurt and mix it all up. Sometimes I will also add a starch. But today I didn't really want to get too full at breakfast. So I just stuck with the yogurt and the fruit. I also wanted to add about the Greek yogurt. I made it into a dip. Basically, I took 4 cups of it and added 1 package of toasted onion, 1 package of green onion, because that's what I usually do with dip. But then I also added a little lemon juice because that thins the yogurt as well as making it taste more like sour cream. It kind of gives it that tangy flavor, for lack of a better way to put it. I also, because I had some in the fridge, this is not something that I always do, but I chopped up some green onion tops to throw in there to just add some color and some extra oniony flavor. All right, here's a good high protein filling snack idea. Got the dip with some Parm crisps. So about 18 or 19 of these has 10 grams of protein. About a third a cup of this, which is quite a bit. I don't think I could eat that much in one sitting, especially not with these. But still, this 2/3 of a cup has 18 grams of protein. Again, probably have that for breakfast with some fruit, but not necessarily as a dip. So maybe 5 grams of protein, but still, for a little snack, that's not bad, right? 15 grams of protein just for a midday snack or whenever I feel like snacking. And in case you haven't seen them, they're about this big. And you can have, if you're counting calories, it's 160 for about 20 of these little puppies. And then really good in dip. It's really good. But also, I can taste the protein in a good way. Lunch is usually my biggest meal of the day. That's where I have protein, starch, and lots of fruits and veggies. And I definitely will possibly do more than one serving of each. But yeah, usually I find lunch being my biggest meal of the day a positive thing for me. It's about that time where I'm starting to get a little slowed down. I find that I need that extra push of protein and carbs in the afternoon, around 1 or 2. So that's when I usually have my biggest meal of the day. How impressed would you be if I told you I made bagels from scratch? Well, I kinda did. I bought some that have already been pre-boiled in the kettle and all that good stuff. And then I brushed them with olive oil and baked them for about 10 minutes or so. So I'm gonna have a bagel or half a bagel probably with my lunch. These need to cool off before they can be sliced. So here's another surprise. Guess what I'm going to be sauteing in this pan with olive oil and balsamic. Well, I was in a restaurant one time and I was served these delightful balsamic sauteed grapes. That's right. Sauteed grapes. I thought it was crazy when I saw it on the restaurant menu, and unfortunately I can't tell you what restaurant it was. I want to say it was like a Yard House type restaurant. So a sit-down casual but slightly elevated type place. It also could have been BJ's or who knows, any number of local restaurants. At any rate, I do enjoy having these from time to time. I will say that these ones are almost like candy. They almost jellied and the sweetness became even more pronounced. Here I am taking a bite of the bagel. The bagels were soft and kind of chewy. So they were not bad. A little extra dash of balsamic, and these grapes are ready to go. Because the bagel was brushed with olive oil when I baked it, it doesn't really need anything else added to it. And this was very adventurous of me to think that I would even eat a whole bagel in one sitting. I really can't eat a lot at once, and so my intuitive eating has to kind of focus into that. And lots of grapes, will not be eating all of those at once. I tend to make a big plate for lunch, and then I'll kind of take 2 or 3 hours to eat it. I decided to just throw the cold roasted vegetables from yesterday onto my plate because they're that good, for one thing. Although you can see that the beet that I had put in there, I had also put up some chopped beet. That's gone. That is gone. Apparently beet is really good. I'm just going to throw some ham on here because it's quick and easy and already cooked. I don't really like cooking meat in my house, partly because Will is a vegetarian. But also, I just don't really like the smell of it or anything. So I tend to buy meat that's already cooked, is what I'm saying. And we gotta add some more protein here. So I'm gonna slap some cottage cheese on the plate. I'll be real, haven't always been a big fan of cottage cheese. Something about the texture. But once I realized how much protein it adds, and you really can. Like, I ended up mixing this cottage cheese with the ham. I spread some of it on the bagel. I also mixed it in with some of the grapes. So it's really a good source of protein and just adding some more bulk. And if you're about getting filled up, well, cottage cheese is a good one. Actually, this meal was very filling. I also noticed that my tastes have changed as I've gotten older. I now like pepper. I like this flake salt and pepper because it's both things are in there, and it does add to the flavor. I try to eat dinner before 6 o'clock because I tend to go to bed around 8:30, 9, so that gives whatever food time to digest, because I do suffer from acid reflux. So I find that having dinner like around 4, 5 o'clock is a good thing for me. Just because I try to make my food at home does not mean that I don't use prepackaged things to an extent. The cantaloupe, though, I did cut up myself. Okay, and then this is my finished plate. I think it's beautiful. We have a couple of salads that are made at Trader Joe's, and I cannot pronounce them. One has chickpeas, one is tabbouleh. I think I said that right. We've got sprouts, chopped up avocado, chopped up turkey, which, yes, I bought already cooked, some baby beets that are sliced, and the whole thing is topped with a little bit of Italian dressing. Thanks for joining me for my daily vlog that turned into a what I eat in a day. Who knows if people like this? If I get more than 3 likes, maybe I'll do it more often. Intentional and intuitive eating. So I guess I'm going to call it I eating. I eating. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the like button so I get more than 3 likes. As well as leave me some comments about, like, what do you think about intentional and intuitive eating? Do you think it's all a crock? I also did tracking for a long time, and I'm just tired of it. And I feel like as long as I'm eating quality protein, fruits and vegetables, I'm probably doing okay. Peace out. Talk to you later. Bye.